It's a lovely Friday morning, and I'm getting this out of the way now as earliest as I can because there's a lot of good energy right now for me personally, and I want to share that with you guys. I want to tell you guys my thoughts and how I feel heading into Super Bowl 59 this Sunday. And I just want to start this off by saying congratulations to Saquon Barkley for nailing the Offensive Player of the Year award. Josh Allen won the MVP to much controversy, I feel, because of Lamar Jackson and his stats. His stats were immensely better than Lamar Jackson, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen was playing with far less talented players, won more football games than Lamar Jackson, and made it to a conference final. So my vote personally goes with Josh Allen in this one. If we're going off of the past, Lamar Jackson won last year when probably Dak Prescott had a pretty good case despite getting blown out in the wild card round. So stats don't tell the whole story. You can't use stats as your main reason for why you won or lost the MVP. But either way, congrats to Saquon Barkley. Very much deserved, and I loved his speech because he gave credit to the offensive line and to the rest of the crew in Philly, because this team is special and this team has something that no one else has, and it's pretty obvious. And that's kind of where I wanted to lead into this. I feel like this team right now, the energy that they're putting off, the way that they're playing, the way that the camaraderie, the way that it is a literal team. It's not carried or dictated by one player. You have the superstar players that make plays when it matters. Hurts will step up when it matters. Saquon will hit the home run when it matters. Jalen Carter will get the sack when it matters. Quinyon and Darius Slay will lock things down when it matters. But that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're paid to do. That's your job. And I think as a cohesive unit, this team really excels like no other. I'm not trying to sound fancy. I'm no Emmanuel Acho over here trying to impress you with my dialect with everything I say, but it's the truth, I use these words for a reason because this is how I really look at this football team, and it makes the most sense in my mind because of how well coached they are, how they execute, everything from top to bottom. And it starts at coaching, it starts at it starts from the organizational level before it even gets down to the player execution. And you see how these players execute, and it's truly remarkable. The mid-game decisions to change things up and scheme differently and being able to adapt on the fly. I feel like that's something, especially with Vic Fangio in that defense, is something that doesn't go credited enough. The first quarter, people always freak out because the defense or the offense looks like shit, or they look bad at first. But then you see the way that they bounce back from the second quarter onward, and you're like, wow, this is a great football team. That's what they do. You make those mid-game adjustments, you make those changes when you need to, and you stick to what works. And that's what this team does the best. Running the football. If they have to air it out and that works better, they'll air it out. And at the end of the day, you can see a team that puts up 55 on you. Or you can see a team that puts up 24 and keeps you to 10. That's what this team is. That's what this football team is built for. Complementary football. They can excel in many different ways. And no discredit to Kansas City, who I haven't even spoken of yet. They're very well coached, obviously. Andy Reid, one of the best coaches of all time. Steve Spagnuolo, great defensive mind. But there's a point in this where you got to look at this team and say, how much more can they truly throw at you? How much more can they really do that'll throw you off, And you can say that to Lamar Jackson. You can say that to Josh Allen. You can say that to all the teams in the AFC that have fallen to this team. But it's a lot more personal with us given how Super Bowl 57 went. Special teams blunder. They beat us on 2 plays the exact same way. And, of course, you account for Jalen Hurts' fumble, which he made up for. We were up 10 points at halftime. So before anybody wants to even throw that in there, yeah, of course, we could have been up 31-7. But we were still up 10 points going in the second half. That defense folded, and this defense won't. And that's my biggest point of emphasis. This defense will not fold. Not in the same way that they did in 2022. It is just not going to happen. They are not built for that. They are built to win, and that's what they've been doing all season long. The Chiefs have my respect when it comes to being a successful organization. They are very well coached. They're a great team, but they get a lot of help, and I don't think that help is going to help enough this time around. I'm personally, due to the talent level of this Eagles team, due to how well they execute, going to pick the Eagles in a 32-25 victory. That's my final score. I think the Eagles edge out a very close game. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll talk some more about something. That's for sure. Whatever that is, I'll let you know when you see my video. But I don't see how the Eagles could lose this game. I really don't. So that's how I go. That's what I think. So